Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Fulfilled Female Entrepreneur Podcast. It's your host, Cassandra Rosa. I'm a certified intuitive life coach and healer and business coach. And the mission behind all that I do is to help you to create a fulfilling life and business. Today, I'm really excited to be talking about how to feel fulfilled on the process to achieving the life and business you desire. I'm really excited to talk about this topic today, as fulfillment is often associated with the sense of achievement. That once you have every item on your vision board, then you'll feel fulfilled. Then you'll feel happy. Then you'll feel like you fulfilled your dreams and desires. And I really wanted to unpack this conversation today, as I know many of you are on the process achieving the life that you want. Maybe you want to be a full-time impactpreneur or entrepreneur. Maybe you're in the beginning of your journey. And you might not have every single piece and item and thing on your vision board right now. That's what vision boards are for, after all. And it's really important to change our perspectives about what fulfillment can mean so that we can anchor it in the present, so we can anchor it in at every step of our journey, as that will allow us to amplify the process and the feeling and attain it even more with much more ease and grace. So fulfillment is often about once you achieve something, right? This achievement, this forward thinking. So it's wonderful to have goals and dreams and have vision boards and intentions, but it's kind of a double-edged sword at times, especially for high achieving women or ambitious women, or people that are really focused in on their goals. And I was someone that always was having my mind caught up in the future. And there's still moments that happens. I am definitely a forward thinker. But when that happens, it can create this sense of lack and this sense of, I'm not going to feel happy, joyful, blissful, fulfilled until I achieve XYZ. It's this, like, it creates this spaciousness. It creates this sense of it's out of reach and it's forward, and it's in amount of time has to pass until you feel that way, instead of anchoring it in the present. And that can be a very icky process to be in. I remember there was so many points in my journey before I got into entrepreneurship that I was so forward thinking, and I would have these timelines that I felt like everybody was meant to have certain goals happen with marriage, with a full-time job, when it came to money, when it came to having a house, these society standards that we have these pressures on us. And, from a young age, I thought, okay, 25, I was going to be getting married and I would have my kids by 30, and I would feel fulfilled then, to have that family, to have that career, to have a certain amount of money. And there was this lack of presence. There was this lack of appreciation and gratitude for all of the small moments and all of the big moments that happen along the way. And I know that this can be common for a lot of us, as society's pressures, family's pressures, goal setting in its entirety, achievement, the sense of achievement that drives us, that is so powerful of a feeling, can really create this discontentment, especially when expectations aren't met, right? There's that whole concept of having appreciation, shifting from having expectations to appreciation. That is something that has been so huge on my journey, is really appreciating the moments, appreciating the small wins, instead of allowing life to be shattered when expectations were not met, right? There's this, as I'm recording this, we're at the tail end of Mercury retrograde. and eclipse season, and I had so many big goals that I want to work on. I'm like, I'm gonna like bypass these energies. I want to launch an Etsy store, and I had this dream of it, and I created all the designs, and I took all the steps accordingly in bringing this into fruition. And I didn't know what I was doing, and I wanted support from my printer that was working with them for the different items that I had planned to launch. And he's like, yeah, hit publish so I can see it. So I hit publish. Instantly, Etsy closed my store down. And I was like, no, why? And I remember freaking out, but because my expectation, right, of having this expectations of it being launched, and I told some of my clients about it, and they were so excited, and I had everybody else's expectations up. And it was just this whole process of back and forth. And if you are setting an Etsy store, little side note, always make sure that you check out that handmade box. It's a very important box when it comes to Etsy. Mine wasn't checked, and that's why it got closed down. That's my hypothesis anyways. So anyways, it's important to have intentions and have goals and release expectations and really look at this appreciation, this sense of fulfillment, even things don't go our way, and really focus on the small wins instead of the shattered expectations. So for me, I was like, I'm proud of myself. I made all these beautiful designs. I had this merch when I'm ready. If it's going to be with Etsy, if it's going to be with whoever, I appreciate my follow through. I appreciate that I moved through my emotions quickly to get into a state to focus on that appreciation. So it's really acknowledging the wins, acknowledging the process, and really anchoring into that process all of the appreciation, all of the lessons, all of the small steps that you take, because when you're on the way to achieving the big things, it's always the small things added up together that create those big things that we're looking to attain. So it's really anchoring in this fulfillment, this appreciation, this gratitude of along the way. Just like for a lot of you that are coaches and healers, may have these huge visions of helping millions of people. It's important to appreciate the 10 clients you might have now. It's important to anchor in that fulfillment, anchor in that bliss, anchor in that passion on every call, on every interaction, with every message, with every positive testimonial that you have along the journey, instead of being in lack of, I want more. That greed, that instinct inside of us that happens. It's important to really anchor back into the progress, really anchoring into the wins, really anchoring in those little moments of fulfillment that can happen every day, right? Because if you focus on that, it amplifies it. When you feel fulfilled now, you've already attained what you want, right? If that is the state that you're seeking, you've already attained it. And now it's just that moreness that's going to unfold, and it's just going to snowball and naturally unfold the way that it's meant to. So it's really focusing in on what is that state that you're looking for? Freedom, right? Freedom, happiness, joy. Where can you find those moments of that in your day to day and appreciate them and love them up more and more, right? If you're in the process of finding what love, what are those moments of love that surround you, all around you, from the love from your pet, from the love from your family, the love from your friends, the love from yourself, really anchoring that in now, like not making it, once you achieve the big thing, I'll have that. It's really anchoring it into the present, anchoring it into the now, anchoring in of the now. And when you're doing that and you're allowing that to amplify within you, it's like, how can I find more of this in my life? And how can I add more of this into my life? And when it comes to even perspective. So if you're on the process of becoming a full-time entrepreneur, it's broadening your perspective to all that there is in your life, on your path, in the moment you are now, as you're in the process of attaining more. So it's like, okay, all the DM conversations, all the podcast episodes, all the people that you're meeting, all those interactions, that first client thing, amplifying that more and seeing how can I release that doesn't fulfill me and amplify more of what fulfills me in this present moment on the way to achieving the big thing. So it's like How can I replicate this experience into moments of my family life? How can I amplify this more in my business life? So, to allow me to release those things that don't fulfill me. So, when it comes to business, it's like, okay, so say you have your first 3 clients, it's really feeling that fulfillment, seeing all the fulfillment in that moment, finding that in that DM conversation on your way to achieving your next client, really amplifying that feeling inside of you, that appreciation, that gratitude, sharing that with that person as the more clients ran in, right? It's kind of like if you could do a fitness example. If you were on the way to losing 30 pounds, if you lost 1 pound, feel that health, feel that strength, feel how it feels to be lean, feel how it feels to be healthy, really amplifying that feeling on the way to the next one being off, on the way to the next one being off, right? And allowing that to snowball. So instead of waiting and being in a space of lack to achieve your desire, your fulfillment, your joy, your freedom, really releasing that forward sense and really anchoring into the fulfilling parts, the happy parts, the peaceful parts that you have now, and focusing on those small wins and the progress and the milestones and allowing that feeling to amplify through you on the process of releasing what doesn't fulfill you and attaining the big desires that you truly want. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I'll upload a new video on Thursday. See you in the next one. Bye.